Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and I'm going to be reacting to the Final Fantasy 16 Ambition trailer. We were promised a new trailer in October, and it dropped while I was in the middle of doing Criterion Savage, and I had to stop and do this because I need to see it. I need to see it. That's it. So 4 minutes, 30 seconds. I'm sure I'm going to have about 4 hours and 30 minutes worth of content to make off this trailer alone. Let's get to it.
It has been 1,500 years since the fall of our forebears.
Okay.
And Valisthea
looks so
has
beautiful.
been slowly dying.
Hey, Clive, what's going on? Ever since. Oh, there's subtitles too. Let me turn those on. It's closed captions. I like me some closed captions.
Almost further now.
But we're in the middle of the Deadlands.
The blight sucked this place dry. Meaning no trees, no birds, and no magic.
Darkness spreads
So
as
good.
day gives way to twilight. The mother's flame now all but a flicker.
We cannot live without the blessing of the crystals. And the crystals work their magic through us. You have been blessed, Joshua.
But who
He's not gonna feel that way.
Fading light. The Grand Duchy of Rosaria, bastion of tradition.
At the very least, we must secure Drake's breath.
The Holy Empire of Sandbreak.
Yeah.
Where ambition is divine.
The Imperial banner shall fly over every city in storm. All shall bow before their emperor.
That
The
dude is
Dalmatian Republic,
not the true villain,
whose
I bet.
fortunes
But
shift with the desert sands.
he's going to be a major villain.
And what of our wise rulers?
Wow, even their facial
Golden
expressions have
into
improved a
war
lot
without any
since the last
thought
one.
as to what chaos it might reap.
Chaos!
The Iron Kingdom, forged in faith and fear.
That's the first time we're really getting to see much of them.
Sullied with the stain of ether. I merely cleansed them.
I already can't wait to beat them.
Or
They're the ones who
Kingdom of
kill off
Wind,
all the blasts.
indomitable in its isolation.
The dark swallows more of the realm with each
I like
passing
Garuda.
day. And as the fringes
Whoa!
fade, the people flock to the mother crystals.
That's not good.
From a single spark, will the land ignite? In the year 860, the Imperial army will march upon Rosaria.
See that, and oh man, it looks a lot better than what we saw in
And
the
from
first
the
trailer.
slaughter shall a new shadow rise.
Alright, I guess that eliminates the Clive is Ifrit thing. Unless it's a red
Fall
herring
upon
again.
the dominants, painting their destinies black as night.
Yeah, you should probably get out of there.
Our ability to summon beasts of great might should command respect, but instead has left us outcasts.
God, I love the way he looks as Titan.
What makes them think they have the right to use us? To leave us to die when our bodies are spent?
I'll crush him! Flay him!
God, even just hearing her speak as Garuda. The half forms here look so good. There's Shiva. Oh! Oh my god. I'm so ready. I need it. Can't, oh my word, Odin. Yeah, you need to grow up there, pal. Freak versus Titan, we got more of those battles. Yeah, we've seen this first clip before.
It is you who shall bow to me!
Very well. Come,
Oh.
show us the strength of your will.
Rise, ye crownless kings, a reckoning is upon you. A war
Oh, that's not good.
of the Eikonic.
I want to cry. I want to cry that it's not here. Yeah, I know it's in summer. I don't need to be told. I know. I want to cry that it's not here yet. Oh, there are so many things. Okay, so a bunch of things get kind of waylaid there for things that we thought before. One of the big ones was that Clive was probably the person who became Ifrit in the first trailer. Clearly not the case. That true villain is almost certainly the one who becomes Ifrit. We know that. I mean, we know Clive will be able to become Ifrit eventually. Either that or the Ifrit guy becomes our ally. Because through all of these fights, I mean, we're gonna be getting their powers. I mean, there's just a question of how, if they're still alive after the fact. Because we know we're gonna be grouping up with a lot of these people too, sooner or later. We even have the Shiva scene in the second trailer where we're fighting Living Flame. That serves as kind of a central point to that. And I'm glad they're touching upon the Blight again. The Blight is kind of like an afterthought in the initial trailer. It's like we know just enough. We know it exists. And then it's mentioned on the official site. And then it kind of just gets shoved aside for the rest of the grandeur of the trailer. Whereas, you know, that's our true villain style thing, like the actual threat to Valisthea. Yeah, Blight sucked this place dry. No trees, no birds, no magic. Yeah, it's just bleeding the realm of all of its ether. And obviously the war of the icons is a bit of a construct in order to weaken everything else. This looks like this is probably a place like uber late in the game, because I can't imagine us going to a place like this that too super early. Yeah, then we get a little bit more between the king, Joshua. You know, it skips ahead. I mean, we already know that the Empire is going to be instigating probably the majority of the conflict in the game. I mean, given that the entire conflict kind of begins with the Empire attacking Rosaria, it's almost certain that whether or not they mean to, they're going to instigate a lot of problems. Dude, Hugo looks so much better, even from the last trailer. Like, everyone was like, just release the game, I'm in that boat. But I can clearly see how much better a lot of these characters are looking every time we get a new trailer. It's clear that it's absolutely worth it. Because in the first trailer, they told us it's very far from, you know, the graphical fidelity the game will release at. We saw the second trailer, and it was a lot better. But the lighting, the facial expressions, some of the gleam, the sweat on his brow, even his like very, very pale hair that he has here, like I couldn't even tell that he had anything like that, because it just kind of blends with his skin for the most part. So we get a lot more detail on that. Our first look at the Iron Kingdom, really curious how they fit into the story. Obviously Rosario is talking, the duchy is talking about taking Drake's breath. Iron Kingdom technically shares Drake's breath with the Grand Duchy. So clearly and it mentions on the site there's a lot of conflict there. I have to imagine that while the Empire is kind of like instigating most of the war, that the Iron Kingdom is probably a central piece of kind of the end plot of everything. This looks like it's just, you know, I have a feeling he's gonna show us that he can do something a little bit more. He might be a bit of a hypocrite. He might actually be stained by ether, as he calls it, and be very, very willing to fight us. We also now have an answer of who this was. A lot of people thought this was the Grand Duchy, and it looks more like it's the guy who's Odin. So Odin and Garuda in a bit of a relationship over there. That's a dangerous relationship. Garuda and Odin. Ooh, that's wouldn't sign up for that one right there. Definitely not down for that side. Yeah, even just getting to see his face here before he transforms, like, look at it. You can just see the blood now. It's already kind of just plastered his face. It's so good. And then we get to see a little bit more. We got to see this for Garuda in the first trailer, but we get to see the way he's just like sprouting. You know what? It makes sense though, because Joshua, all of them have these like half icon forms where they're part icon. They haven't fully like given in and just kind of ripped themselves to shreds. And they make a time to show us what all of those look like. We'd already seen Hugo's like part Titan form, which that's a face. That's something, man. And then we, of course, something that we long suspected when it came to who Shiva was. We pretty much suspected that it was what's her face. It's been so long since I've had to refer to her. That Final Fantasy 16. There we go. Jill. Yeah. Jill. I mean, everyone suspected it right from the get-go that Jill was most likely Shiva. It was almost prime or the girl dies. Crush him. Flay him. Yeah. And then he's seeing this seems to be just all of them kind of lined up with each other. You know, we've got Jill. We've got the rest of them right here. We've got Titan. We've got well, yeah, he's got to be Bahamut then. I mean, well, they don't actually show him transforming, but they seem to be kind of going between the different icons here, and then obviously Garuda right after. That look on her face right there. That's, if there was a human Garuda, that's exactly what I'd imagine their face would look like. Getting to see this too, the actual fights. Yeah, there's Shiva right there. Yeah. And then, you know what's something interesting though? We see Odin. You know, the thing is he's very lightning. Actually, wait a minute. That's not the guy from before. That is Ramu. Okay, I thought that was the same guy as this. Oh no, it is the same guy. Maybe he is, you know, because he's almost certainly not. Oh no, this guy's different from the other guy. Yeah. Good thing I did the slow frame. Yeah, that is Ramu, because this is not the same as this guy. Yeah, that's Odin, and then that's Ramu. Okay, good. For some reason I thought they were the same person, because it kind of just skips around so many scenes. I had to slow that down. Yeah, and then you get Shiva right there. Just blast through all of them. Ramu versus Garuda right there. Titan versus Clive, or Hugo, I should say. Oh, man. Just getting to see. And then by this point, I'm not going to take what he actually has active over here too seriously, like what icons he has access to. I refuse to take that part all too seriously, because they could just be trying to use, like, show off skills and stuff. Yeah, and then you've got Benedicta for Garuda. Oh, look at the attacks. Dude, the giant Odin. I was wondering how big Odin was, because we only see Odin against Bahamut, and when they're next to each other, they look kind of small. So, but at this point, we get to see, you know, Clive versus Big Odin. We were told Clive would actually get to go against icons when he's small and they're large. This is also Dark Ifrit, mind you. This is the Dark-Eyed Ifrit right here. Versus Odin, it looked like, briefly. So I find that very interesting. And then what was in this one? Bahamut and Ifrit fighting outside of the tower in the center of the map. Oh, man. The fighting game, I'm really curious how the, like, fighting game hotbars are going to be. You got to remember that the lead combat dev, he didn't just do Devil May Cry 5. He did Marvel vs. Capcom 2. If there's anyone I trust to put fighting health bars at the top, it's the dude who designed who did the combat for Marvel vs. Capcom 2, without a shadow of a doubt. Now I guess it's just a question. They try to keep Odin out of the trailer a lot. I wonder if Odin's a little bit more of a threat than some of the other icons that have been led here. Yeah, so in this image, we actually get... So that's interesting, because that looks like Ifrit and Phoenix together. I wonder if that's Raktapaxa. Wonder if that's like the... Yeah, because you have Odin at the bottom here. You have... Looks to be Bahamut. Oh, you have Shiva in the middle. You have Titan on the left. Might just be Bahamut at the top. It just might look like he has. That's why I'm trying to find them all here. Bahamut's on the right. Odin. Shiva... Garuda's on the top left, Titan's bottom middle. I think is that Phoenix there? No, that's Ramu in the top left. Yeah, so all of them except Ifrit and Phoenix are present here. So the one at the top is Ifrit and Phoenix together. So what I'm getting is that there were actually at one point only one fire icon, and they were one being. And that's why there's two fire icons. And that they're actually supposed to be some, like, merged being. Because that's not Ifrit and a Phoenix. That is one thing. So it's very Raktapaxa-y, if I could get any sort of feeling. There is also, and that's an interesting note, Leviathan in the top right is also present. We were really wondering where Leviathan would be in all of this. Leviathan's been completely absent from all of the trailers. And... hasn't even been mentioned a single time. There's a few places. I think Leviathan would probably be from the center of the map. I know they don't use that mother crystal for anything in particular, but that's the only place. I mean, I guess Wallowed is also kind of just surrounded by oceans, so they could have a third icon, but it's most likely the Drake's, I think it's Drake's Heart in the middle of the map for the mother crystal that's there. And again, the Iron Kingdom has got to be a big, like the fact that this fire icon is split and the Iron Kingdom has been cleansing souls, it almost makes me think the Iron Kingdom's the reason there's even 2 fire icons in the first place. So oof, man, yeah, a lot to dissect from that, a lot to speculate on. A few things cleared up, and I can't wait to see what it actually ends up meaning. Oh, so, whew. Oh boy, it's gonna be a time. Summer's a long way away, but we'll make it. I'm sure I'm gonna have to do. There's gonna be interviews and stuff all being thrown out today as well, but that's gonna have to be a wrap for the day. So thanks everyone for watching the breakdown. Thank you those on Twitch for being patient and for every 3 seconds letting me know there was a new trailer for the last 30 minutes before I could watch it. Appreciate that. And on YouTube, yeah, put your thoughts in the comment section, because there's a lot. I'll see you in the next video. I gotta go finish Criterion Savage, so take care.